Hi friends, there are majority of people who asked me to discuss about this November 18 exam paper, especially old syllabus paper. So I will be discussing about this paper. First of all, sir, whether the paper is easy or difficult, I will say it is not so easy, but it is easy comparatively. Compared to May 18 paper, in fact, even November 17 paper, compared to that, it is easy. Sir, what is the reason to say it is easy? Because many questions are from directors, meetings, books of accounts, dividends, and remuneration. So that itself gives me so much mark. I will tell you exactly, precisely how much mark these areas. This areas itself has given me somewhere around 38 marks. 38 marks. So when it is 38 marks in this chapters, which is easily to gettable. For example, sir, I have last attempt we have very less mark from this chapter comparatively. Sir, I will tell you, in meetings this time they asked 4 questions, and books of accounts they asked 2 questions, so which itself has left us a very good chance of getting marks. And what are the other areas which they have asked? They have asked oppression mismanagement for 8 marks, and compromise they asked for 4 marks. Then registered valuer they asked for 4 marks. See, registered valuer is a new syllabus. Last time it is not there. Last time they asked like Nidhi companies, which is first time they asked last time. And which area they left this time? Auditors they have left this time. Last time they asked 8 marks for auditors. This time they left auditors chapter. And sir, strike off chapter. Strike off is actually important, which they have left. Okay, so I will tell you, it is a short question in May 19 examination. Strike off is one of the important chapter in May 19 examination. Take it from me. Then last time and this time they asked 4 marks in winding up, 4 marks in foreign companies, and insolvency last time they asked for 12 marks, this time they asked for 10 marks, and 10 marks is achievable. Last time the 12 marks is like untouchable. This time this 10 marks is easily gettable. So that is why I can tell this time the examination is slightly easy. But I won't say it is damn easy, because there are many questions which is tricky. Even the first question of this exam is tricky. Now let us go for answers discussion. So the first question is, in past years the company never declared dividend. In the current year the company declaring dividend, and they are declaring dividend from the accumulated profits. So what is your answer? Whether they have to follow rate rule. See, the question is on declaration of dividend from accumulated surplus and not from reserves. So if you are declaring from accumulated surplus, you need not follow any rules at all. If you are declaring from reserves only, then they should follow rules. So that way they can declare any amount of dividend without following any rule. Some people will get confused with accumulated surplus and reserves. People thinks accumulated surplus is equal to reserve. Please understand, accumulated surplus is not equal to reserve. Accumulated surplus only if it is transferred to reserve, then it is a reserve. Okay. Then effective capital of the company is rupees 150 crores. Company is in loss and they paid 50 lakhs remuneration. To my surprise, 1B of my mock test examination, same question, which is literally lifted from my mock exam question. So I can tell proudly, same 1B, the same test. Now the answer is the company can pay up to 1.2 crores per annum as per schedule 5. So they can pay rupees 50 lakhs because they are in effective capital slab of the third slab. So 60, 84, 120 in that slab they have. Now the third question is what are the company which are the companies needs to be filed with XBRL format. So XBRL format, and what are their exemptions? See, XBRL format, you all know, paid up capital 5 crores, turnover 100 crores for all the companies, and the exemptions are banking, insurance, electricity, NBFC, so that is an exemption. Then qualified institutional placement program condition. So this question is from SEBI. So you should pass special resolution. There should not be any defaulting in last 1 year. The listing conditions, LODR condition has to be satisfied. Then aggregate issue should not exceed 5 times of pre-issue net worth. So this is the point. Then NRI, within what time he shall submit the realized exchange, okay, which has reserved by way of remuneration in India. So remuneration has to be surrendered and it should be converted within 7 days. So that is a point. In case of gift, your answer is different. Yes, my answer will be different in case of gift, because gift they have given 90 days time. Then company has 10 directors, 4 directors attended the meeting. What if AOA says 6 to be quorum? See, actually speaking, 1/3 of 10 is the quorum, that is 3.33, that is 4, so hence the quorum is satisfied. In case the company requires more quorum, like article says it's 6, then you should follow 6, that is the answer. The company has 10 lakh equity shares and 5 lakh preference shares. A person holds 1/10 equity shares and he is also director. He has he got removed. Okay, so can he claim compensation or whether he can claim oppression? The question is, in case of oppression under section 241 and read with 244, it should be like 1/10 of paid up capital. So in the given question, the question is whether he can file oppression for removal from directorship. In the case, if he is filing as a director, the petition itself is not viable because directors cannot file petition of oppression, only members can file an oppression. So in this case, the holding you should see, it is paid up capital, it's an issued capital, like entire paid up capital you should see, entire issued capital you should see. In that case, it is less than 10, but NCLT can give a chance even if it is less than 10. Then the next question, company decided not to allow directors to participate in video conferencing meetings. So in board meeting, whether the company can say you cannot participate in video conferencing. No, you cannot say like that. Video conferencing is a right available under this act. So you should allow him to participate in video conferencing. It is there in secretarial standards also and rules also. Commodity derivative definition. So like when you have a contract for delivery of goods which is not ready delivery contract, and contract for supplying of goods where there is underlying asset. So this is commodity derivative definition. So you have transferable derivative contracts and non-transferable specific delivery contracts. Then appointment of independent director question. Listed company, public company, paid up capital 10 crores, public company paid up capital 2 crores. Can a KMP be independent director? So these are all easy question. So 10 crores yes, 2 crores no, need not. Then can a KMP be independent director? No, they cannot. Whether woman director should be an independent director. Woman director need not be independent director, but SSD should be independent director. So in this case it's no. Then bank claimed 10 crores in demand notice, but they filed 29 crores in petition of IBC. This is IBC question, 6 marks. We all know this ICICI bank case. So in fact NCLT squashed the petition and put fines on ICICI itself. Then one company entered into agreement with another company saying that they cannot deal with any other products They cannot sell outside the municipal limits, and they cannot sell below the printed price, but at their own option they can sell at below the printed price. This is already there in my question bank also. Same question is there. First two cases it is anti-competitive agreement, and third case is not anti-competitive agreement. Then company issued differential voting right shares, whether it is an oppression, because can the tribunal tell that they cannot issue further shares below this price? The answer is section 242. This maybe people will be linked with section 216. So it's not inspection chapter. In fact, inspection chapter this time they have not asked any question. So this is oppression chapter. So section 242 says the tribunal has a right to restrict the further allotment of shares. Can companies contribute to political parties? First case, when it's a government company. Second case, public company. Third case, cash contribution of 2000 rupees. Then another case which is less than 3 years from the incorporation. So government company cannot contribute, public company can contribute unlimited, incorporated for less than 3 years cannot contribute, and contribution in cash up to 2000 rupees you can contribute in cash, but not more than that. Then can exchange ratio be questioned? Transfer company excluded leasehold lands from calculation in exchange ratio. Exchange ratio, it is signed by a chartered accountant, valuation is done by a chartered accountant or registered valuer, it cannot be questioned. So leasehold land can be excluded if it is not transferable to the another company. Can director claim compensation for loss of office under Surface? So when there is a Surface Act and they are taking over the management, for that loss of office you cannot claim any compensation, it is very clear in the Act. Central government want to appoint prosecutors, company prosecutor, can they? Yes, they have a right under section 443. So central government has a right to appoint company prosecutors. Then directors of subsidiary company appointed as employees of the holding company, whether it is office or place of profit. See, up to 1 lakh rupees, sorry, up to 2.5 lakh rupees, directors, relatives, if they are taking money as remuneration, then it is not holding office or place of profit. So ordinary resolution is not necessary. So in this case, it's a very tricky question. It's very tough for even me to answer this question, because the way you understand this question differ. It is like the question is on whether it's subsidiary company, whether it is holding company. So director of subsidiary company becoming director of the holding company is like a related party transaction, and remuneration for director over and above 1 rupee also they require ordinary resolution from general meeting. So my case, for the director, yes, they need ordinary resolution, but for relatives they need not require ordinary resolution, because the relative salary in this case is less than 2.5 lakh per month. So that is what my opinion. We have to wait for the suggested answer. We will see for it. Then producer company incorporated in May 2018 with 60 individuals. The first AGM they conducted in August 16th, and they have given only 10 days notice, where only 3 people attended the meeting. So in this case the answer is within 90 days they should have conducted the general meeting, AGM, and 40 days notice should be given for general meeting, and quorum should be 1/4. So that is the answer. So I think they have not followed within 90 days, and quorum is also, I guess, 1/4, it should be 4. Okay, 16 by 4 is equal to 4. Then power of SEBI to protect interest of investors after inspection. So power of SEBI is like, SEBI has a right to debar that person, SEBI has a right to put penalty, SEBI has a right to restrict the operations of those people. Then if they want, they can attach the properties, movable, immovable properties, etc. Next, can a board appoint registered valuer? That is a very good question. Board of directors cannot appoint registered valuer. Only audit committee has to appoint registered valuer. If there is no audit committee, only then board can appoint. Next, central government in 2018 asked NCLT to reopen the books of accounts of 2006-7 to 9-10. See, first of all, central government has a right to reopen the books, but maximum only 8 years they can reopen the books, unless otherwise there is an investigation ordered by central government and where the book should be kept for more than 8 years. In this case, they cannot go for beyond 8 years. So maximum up to 2010-11 they can open the books. And in case of voluntary revision, what is your answer? Maximum 3 years you can do for voluntary revision, section 131 and 130. Then company registered under the Companies Act as subsidiary of foreign company, calling themselves as a foreign company. See, once it is registered as a company in the Companies Act, it is Indian company, so they should not call themselves as a foreign company. In case any of the provision of Foreign Companies Act, foreign company chapter is violated, then 1 lakh to 3 lakh is a penalty. Then insurance agent multi-level marketing question. If they do multi-level marketing, it is prohibited under Insurance Act 2015 amendment. Prohibition means like penalty is 1 crore to 25 crores. Then can a home buyer claim himself as a financial creditor for non-payment of assured sum? Yes, there is a case law for this. So yes, they can claim themselves as a financial creditor. So in our book, I have very clearly given. Then can a practicing chartered accountant with 15 years experience be appointed as technical member of NCLT and NCLAT? NCLT they can, but NCLAT they cannot, because NCLAT requires 25 years experience in industry with rehabilitation of sick industries, winding up, finance, those areas. Then can a company, means like a contributory question. Mr. B sold shares on June 2017. The company got wound up in March 2018. This is within 1 year, hence he can be a list B contributory. Then how to recover fines from the person who failed to pay fines which is imposed under PMLA? In case if they put a fine which is not recoverable, then enforcement director will transfer this to tax recovery officer under Schedule 2 of Income Tax Act. So tax recovery officer will attach the property and take the amount. Then literal interpretation. Literal interpretation says always read with grammar and do not interpret, and don't create ambiguity to interpret. So this is all about this old syllabus question paper. So it will take fairly 25 to 30 minutes to read the question paper. So it will obviously take more than 15 minutes. So I guess it should be 25 minutes to read the question paper. And writing for 84 to 90 marks is easy, and getting 55 to 65 is possible. So anyone who gets beyond 65 in this paper is a damn good person. So brilliant people, like 65 above is little brilliant people. But even exemption is possible in this paper. I cannot say it's so easy to get exemption, but exemption is possible in this paper. So people who failed in this paper, I can't say institute can give better paper than this next time, because already last 2 times it is very difficult, and this time comparatively it is given easy. So next time we can expect little average, like beyond this. No? It will be difficult next time, I guess. So thank you so much. Let's hope for the best in our results. It's all my way of answering only. If I am the student, how I will answer, like that only I told. So let's wait for these search answers to come. Thank you so much. Bye bye.